Good morning, guys. This is a simple topic about the polynomials. I'm presenting. I'm going to guide you and teach you about the polynomials. So, what are the polynomials and types, and what are the expressions, and how we can find the expression with a certain operators. So, this is Rahul Jalaria, and I'm going to teach you on the polynomial. So basically, what is the meaning of the polynomial? First, we have to know about the what is the meaning of that word polynomials. So simple. Basically, polynomial is an algebraic expression. Okay, so it thrives within the two words like poly and nomial. Okay, so it is a combination of two words. So poly means many, and nomial means terms. So it separated that, and we have many terms. So it is a simple thing that lot of the terms are in that expression, and there is a one or more terms is there in one expression. So it means that this is called the polynomial. Okay, so we are going to have here that to perform the certain operators like plus, minus, multiplications, and the positive integer is also component for a polynomial. So let me define what is the proper definition about the polynomial. So polynomials are the algebraic expression that consist of the variables and the coefficients. So variables are the also sometimes called the interdeterminants. Okay, variables is also be known as the interdeterminant. Simply. So what are the algebraic expressions? What is the meaning of that algebraic? What do you understand with this thing? So algebraic operators means that like plus, minus, multiplication or division. So it will used on that expression. So that is will become polynomial. Okay. So we can perform the arithmetic operations like and previously I have told you that addition, subtraction, multiplications, and also a positive integer that exponents for the polynomial expression. That exponents for the polynomial expression, we make the polynomial expression by these four operators. Okay, but the division by the variables. So it is a programmatic situation when the divisible by someone. Okay, so this is the simple thing. Suppose for example we have an expression x square plus x minus 12. Okay, so here are the three terms. Okay, x square and x and minus 12. So this is the three x terms. Okay, so one or more term we have, so this is called the polynomial expression. Okay, so what is the happening here? So this circle will define the three terms. This is the separate if we are looking in this with the separability of these expressions, so it is called the with three term expression. It's- and what is the a square, x square, and what you have known, and what you will define that this term. So we will further include this. So polynomial is defined as an expression which is composed of the variables, constant, exponents, and that are the combined with the mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplications, and division. So no division operation by the variable. Okay. So based on the number of the terms present in this expression, it is classified as a monomial and a binomial and trinomial. So we will. So this is the simple expression you have seen here. So 4x squared plus 3y and minus 2. And what? How many terms are there? Here is the three terms. Okay, 4x square is the first term, 3y is the second term, and minus 2 is the second term. Suppose here instead of a minus 2 we have a plus 2, so we can say that is here is the 2 is the third term. Okay, so but it is a minus, so we have to contribute this, and we have to say that the minus 2 is the second third term. Okay, simple. So plus and minus is the orange in color, is an orange in color. So you so this is the uh, operator. Okay, so if you use this operator, so this is to make this separation as a polynomial. Okay, so 4x square, 3y, and minus 2 is the polynomial. Okay, so simply, so what is the 4 and 3? 4 and 3 are the coefficients. Okay, is which is in the front of the, or you can say is the front of the variables. Okay, what are the variables? So these are the variables, x and y are the variables. So in with this variable, with the coefficient, so this is the expression. Okay, is a totally an expression. So minus 2 is the constant. Okay, without an variable, without any coefficient, this is not a coefficient because there is a no any variable. Okay, this is the single term, this is a single term which is don't have any variable, which constitute don't have any variable, so it means this is the constant. Okay, so this constant and this variable and this coefficient, it make as an expression, and this expression is defined as a polynomial. Okay, so it consists of, so in which is a composed of variable, constant, exponents that are combined using the mathematical operation. So mathematical operations are two here, is the plus and the negative sign is the subtraction. Okay, so two, with two operation, mathematical operation is there. Okay, so this is called the polynomial. One more thing I have to add is here. So 4x square. So what is here square? So x square is an exponent. Square is the exponent. Here 2 is the exponent. So it is the, or you can say is the power of the variable. So any variable having a some power, so it means there is an exponent. We have to say that this is an exponent. Okay, so this exponent is showing the degree of that expression. How we can define the degree of the polynomial. So this is the degree of the polynomial chart. So simply a polynomial is a zero polynomial, so the degree is zero, and the example. So here is 6 because there is a no any variable and no any constant, and there is a no any coefficient because there is a no any variable. Okay, simply there is a constant. So there is a zero polynomial. Zero polynomial, it means there is a no term, there is a no, sorry, there is a single term but without an variable. Okay, the linear polynomial is defined as a with some variable and with some constant. Linear variable here having a two term, 3x plus 1. So here is a two term. Okay, so in this expression 3x, there is a no any power, so we can't say there is a zero. Okay, so there is a some power behind that, but what is that power? There is a 1. Okay, there is a single 1 power, so that's why there is a 3x. Okay, 3x plus 1, so it means there is a single linear polynomial. Quadratic polynomial, it means this is the 2, 6 square, 6x x square plus x plus 1, so it means it is the power of the first term is 2. Okay, 6x square plus x plus 1, so there is a power, there is a quadratic polynomial. This is quadratic formed, which means it it makes. So suppose we can define as x square plus y plus 1. So this is also the quadratic. Okay, so this is the quadratic. And 6, what is the 6 here? This is the coefficient, and previously we've also uh, discussed about that is there is a some variable and in front of the variable, so it means there is a coefficient. Okay, so 6 is the coefficient, x and y, x and x, here is the variable and 1 is the constant, so there is a 3 term, 6 square plus x plus 1. Okay, so this is the quadratic polynomial. Cubic polynomial, simply 6x cube, it in the expression. So 6x cube plus 4x square plus 3x plus 1. Okay, so cube, which is defined as a cubic polynomial, and 4 is defined as a quartic polynomial. What is the difference between the quartic and quadratic? Simply quadratic means 2 and the quartic means 4. Okay, there is a not any terms. We are not define that a terms. So 4 6 x to the power 4 3x cube plus 3x square plus 2x plus 1. No, this is the simple thing that there is an expression. This is the, we have to we define this from the expression, from the rate of the expression, we can say. So what is the rate here? So there is a 4 is the rate here. So 6x to the power 4, suppose Neglect here 6x to the power 4, 3x cube plus 3x square plus 2x plus 1. Suppose 3x to the power 4 is 0. There is a nothing. So it means there is a cubic polynomial. Okay. Suppose 6x to the power plus 3x cube. It is not here. 3x square plus 2x plus 1. Simple. So this is the quadratic. And simple 2x plus 1, this is the linear. And 1 is the 0 polynomial. Okay. Simple, this is the quadratic polynomial. Okay. So let me take an example. So find the degree of the polynomial 6s to the power 4 and plus 3s square plus 5x plus 9. Okay, so don't be hesitate about the s or x between x. We will talk about this notation. This is a simple notation. So we have the expression 6s to the power 4 plus 3x square plus 5x plus 19. So how to define that? And previously we have already seen that quadratic polynomial degree having a 4. So in the first term we have to define the power first. So what is the variable power? So first in this expression, what is the variable? Variable is s, and what is the power is 4 in the first term. So the degree of the polynomial is 4 simply. Okay. So in previously we in this expression in this example we have seen this as okay. So is the as is the term notation. Okay. So what is the notation? The polynomial function is denoted by p of x. P is the polynomial of x. X is the notation which represent the variable. Okay. So it defines the overall variable. Okay, so for example p of x is equal to x square minus 5x plus 11. Okay, this is the expression. So we have to define a source. So what is the source? This is the polynomial source, and x is the variable to show what type of variable you used on that expression. Suppose if the variable is denoted as s, so then you have to use the function of s. Okay, polynomial function of s, we can say that s square minus 5s plus 11. So here is the notation is s. Okay, here is the variable is s. Simple. The term of the polynomial is means the term of the polynomials are the parts of the equation which are generally separated by the plus and minus sign. So each part of the polynomial is the equation is the term. For example, the polynomial says the 2x square plus 5x plus 4. So what is how many terms are there? 2x square plus 5x plus 4. There is the three terms. Okay. What is the constant? 4 is the constant. 5x 5 is the coefficient, x is the variable. 2x square 2 is the coefficient, x is the variable, and 2 x square the power of 2 2 is the exponent. Okay, so in terms of will be 3. So what is the terms? How many terms are there? The 3 is the terms, and the classification of the polynomial is done based on the number of the terms. So we can classify what type of polynomial is it is. So this is the third type. Okay, so we can say that it is a polynomial, but it having the second order of the degree. So it means it is a quadratic polynomial. Also, it have a number of terms are 3. Okay, simple. What are how many types of the polynomials are the three types? Simple, monomial, monomial, binomial, and trinomial. Okay, monomial, binomial, and trinomial. So the polynomials can be combined with the addition, subtraction, and previously we have discussed that multiplication, division, but it is never division by a variable. A few examples of the non-polynomials are the 1 by x plus 2. So we cannot define this thing. Okay, how to divide that 1 by divided by x plus 2? You have to be sure about the x. What is the x? If you have given the x value, so you can say that 1 upon 1 plus 2, so 1 by 3, so you can define the 1 by 3. Okay, 1 by x cube here is given. Okay, x to the power minus 3, it means 1 by x cube. Okay, so it means there is a no any thing, there is a no any expression. Okay, so it can be non-defined. Okay, so now these are the non-polynomials. Okay, we can define it, but it is a not part of the polynomial category. So these are what are the difference between the monomial, binomial, trinomial. So monomial, which means one. Okay, mono means one. So nomial means we already discussed about nomial. Nomial means term. Okay, so mono means one, nomial, no, nomial means term. Okay, bi means two, nomial means term. Tri means three, nomial means terms. Okay, so there is a one term, two term, and three terms. Okay, binomial, trinomial, and monomial. Okay, so what is how we can say that this is the monomial? So suppose we have an expression and we have to use the how many terms are there. So we already discussed about the previous expressions, 4x square plus 3y minus 12. So there is a three terms, but how we can say that this is a monomial? Suppose they have given some in some question. So so there is a single term that 4x. So this is a single term. Okay, there is a 4x, so it means there that is a no monomial. For example, x 3 by 29. Simple, single terms. There is a no any expression. There is a no any constant, other constant with that expression, with that number. So it means there is a monomial. Okay. If some expression is given, but there is a no any constant. Suppose there is a no any variable. Sometimes there is a no any order of the degree expression. Suppose here is given x square plus x. So this is the two terms. There is a no any minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. There is a no any other term is given. So there is a only two terms are here. So x square plus x cube minus 2x, y plus 2. So this is the there is a two terms. Okay, and the three terms are here. Example like x square plus 2x plus 2. Okay, so x square plus 2x plus, sorry, 20. So here are the three terms. X square is the one term, 2x is the second term, and 20 is the third term. Okay, so this is the simple expression, and the operators they have used is plus, addition. Okay, so this is the operator. With this operator it make as expression, and this expression is called polynomial, and this polynomial having a three terms. Okay, simple. So polynomial operations, so they are the four main polynomial operations. We already discussed about the addition of the polynomials, subtraction of the polynomials, multiplication of the polynomials, and division of the polynomial. So each of the operation on the polynomial is explained below using a solved example. So we will see that. So here the plus sign, the orange color is called the additions, and divisible is a green sign, and blue sign is known as a subtraction, and the purple sign is known as a multiplication. Okay, so in this picture, so addition of the polynomials are the two. Add the polynomials, always add the terms like the terms having the same variable and the power. Okay, suppose there is a given a term, okay, which having the same variables and the power, it means a 2x square to 2x square. Okay, the addition of the polynomials always result in the polynomial of the same degree. For example, so they have given some examples. So we can discuss about the find the sum of the two variables. So suppose this question is given. So sum means you have to make a addition. Okay, you have to do a addition with two expression. Okay, two polynomials. Okay, so you having here two polynomials expression. First is 5x cubed plus 3x square y plus 4xy minus 6y square. Here is the polynomial first, and second polynomial 3x square plus 7x square y minus 2xy plus 4x square xy square minus 5. So here is the second term of the polynomial. Okay, so how to solve with it? So you have a two polynomials, just add it, you can also make a bracket of the two polynomials, and then you can show the you are giving a addition. Okay, so first combine the like terms, and while leaving the unlike terms as they are, so hence, so it means uh, you have two polynomials, and just you are showing there you are going to make addition. We are going to make a sum of these expressions. Okay, so suppose uh, you have a 5x cube. So in the another terms, in the another all terms, you have to see that is there any term is related to x cube. Okay, if there is a given x cube, so you have to add it. If there is a nothing, so you have to write it. You have to write it in the second. in the second form. Okay, so 5x cube, there is a nothing, just you have written as a 5x cube. Okay, 3x square y, so 3x square y. So is there any other term is given x square y? So you have seen that there is a two terms if are given, 3x square y plus 7x square y in the second part of the polynomial. Okay, so you have to add it, and x square y you have to put in the common. Okay, so 7 plus 3, 3 plus 7, or you can say, so we have a 10x square y. Okay, next is 4xy. Okay, so 4, is there any other term? You have it 4xy, so there is a nothing, so you have to write it in the same way. Okay, 4xy and the minus 6y square. Okay, so there is any other term as related to the y square, so you have to add it. So 3x square is given. Okay, minus 3 minus 6, sorry, x, the variables is also you have to check it. Okay, so there is a no any given related to the y square. Okay, square is given, but the variable is different. Okay, so you have to write it the same way, minus 6y square, and the 5 is given the constant. Okay, so the next is 3x square, 3x square, x square is given, but the variable is not the same. So you have to write it the same, plus 3x square. Okay, so the term you have, the terms or conditions are here. So you have to make the expression on the descending order. Descending order, it means first you have to write the higher power, and then you have to write in the second part with the lower power. So 5x cube plus 3x square plus 10x square y plus 2xy plus 4x square xy square minus xy square minus 5. So this is we have. Okay, so xy is also the common in the previous. So because there is a two terms are given, 4 plus 4xy minus 2xy. So 4 minus 2, and xy is the common. So we have the 2xy. Okay, simple. So subtraction of the polynomials. So subtraction polynomials is similar to the addition. The only difference being the type of the operation. So subtract the like terms to obtain the solution. Okay. Suppose you have given the two polynomials, just you have to subtract them. Okay. So it should be noted that the subtraction of the polynomials also result in a polynomial of the same degree. So suppose you have given the same degrees. Yeah. Suppose you have uh, given the two polynomials, and you are making a subtraction. So you will see the result in the same manner, in the same degree. Suppose let me take an example. So here having the two polynomials expression. So the question asking that find the difference. In the previously they have asked about the find the sum. So sum means positive. Sum means you are going to make addition, and find the difference. It means you have to making a subtraction. Okay, so here we are doing the subtraction. Okay, difference means subtraction. What is the difference between the two polynomial expression? Okay, so we are defining the difference. So so suppose you are making two brackets, and just put the minus sign. Okay, and when you open the bracket, okay, when you open the bracket, so you have to multiply that the term minus minus plus, minus plus minus. Okay, plus plus plus. So you have to know this simple thing. Okay, so suppose you have given a cube 5x cube, so there is any other term, so there is nothing. So in the second way you have just put it my 5x cube. Okay, x square y, so there is any other term, 7x square y, so there is a given, so there is a addition. But when you open the bracket, so you have to multiply it. Okay, so minus plus, it means minus. So there is a 3x square y minus minus plus minus, so it means minus 7 square y. Okay, so 3 minus y, and x square y is the common. So in this way, this is called uh, that you are desired polynomial. Okay, so 3 minus y x square y. Okay, plus 4xy. So there is a given, another word is given, another term is given. So the minus 2xy is given. Okay, but there is a the operator is minus. Okay, but when you open the bracket, so you have to multiply it. Okay, minus minus is the plus. Okay, so you have to minus minus plus. So you are putting here the plus. So 4xy plus 2. Okay, xy is the common, and minus 4xy square. So minus y, because I am previously plus 4xy square, because when you open the bracket with the minus, so minus plus is the minus term. So you should have to put here the minus term. Okay, minus 4xy square. Okay, and minus 6y square. Suppose so there is a single term, but that is a before the minus. Okay, yeah, you have to show that after the minus you have to do it and do this thing. Okay, but before the minus you can't do this. Okay, simple thing that minus 6 is 6y square as it is there. Okay, minus 5 is the constant is given is there. So minus is open when you open the bracket with the minus sign. So minus minus plus. So here is the plus one. Okay, so you have the expression and the multiplication. So you have given the two polynomials and just multiply it and in the question, if given, if they are asked about the solve, so suppose a 6x minus 3y into and 2x plus 5, so you have to open the bracket with this. Okay, if the on the basis of the variables. Okay, suppose in the each point you have to show that, but in the first bracket there is a two terms. Okay, there is a two terms in the first bracket, so in the first term you have to multiply it in the whole bracket of the second term. Okay, and in the first bracket in the second term you have to multiply with the in the whole point of the second term. Okay, so suppose the cx 6x is given, so 6x multiplication of the 2x plus 5. Okay, so the whole term you have to define it. Okay, so there is a second term is given. The second term in the first bracket is that minus 3y. Okay, so you have to take the term of the first bracket, any kind of first bracket. Okay, suppose you have given the 3x minus plus 6y. So there is a two term. So 3x is the first term and 2y is the second term. Okay, so simple here in this question, 6x is the first term and multiplication of the whole term of the second term, second bracket, and the minus 3y is the second term and multiply it 2x plus 5y. So using derivative law of the multiplication. So this is the derivative law. Okay, simple is the derivative, simplest derivative law. So when you are going to open the bracket in the multiplication, so you are just multiply it with the variable to variable. Okay, with the variable to variable and the coefficient to coefficient. Suppose 6x into 2x plus 5y. Open the bracket. 6x into 2x. What is that? 6 into 2 is the 12. 12 is given. X into x. X into x is the x square. Okay, plus plus sign is you have to put it because the when you open the bracket, so there is a in this in the bracket there is given the operator is the addition. Okay, so 6x into 5 bar. So what is that? 6 into 5, what is that? 5 6 are 30. 6 5 are 30. So 30 is given there after plus. Okay, and then x y. So you have to also multiply the variables. Don't forget to multiplication with the variables and the coefficient. So you must to multiply the each terms, each part of the expression. Okay, so 30 we have and x into y, so as it is you have to put the xy. If x is the given in the bracket, so you have x square. Okay, so next minus is given, open the bracket, minus 3y into 2x. Okay, so minus 3y into 2x you have to multiply it. So here minus 3y is the 3 into 2 is the 6. Y into x the xy. You also and can use the xy. Okay. plus 5 into 3 is the 15. And y into y is the y square. It's the similar of that x into x square, y into y square, z into z square. Okay. So just so you have a negative sign here. Just open the bracket and minus plus minus. So minus 12x square is there is nothing. So 12 square as it is plus 30xy and minus 6xy is the similar. So 30xy minus 6xy minus plus minus 15y square. So the you have the simple expression that is a 12x square plus 30xy minus 6xy is the 24xy and minus 15y square. So here the last one is the division of the polynomial. So division, suppose you have given the polynomial. So it will give the result maybe. So it is the trial and error thing. Okay. So maybe you will achieve the result and maybe you will not. Okay. Suppose the division of the polynomials in it given the with the details. Suppose you have given the in the denominator x plus 2. So suppose yeah someone have given the x value. So you have to put it in the denominator and then divide it. But if you don't have the expression, so how you will define it? So you have to define that on the basis of the divisible method. You have to use the expression. You have to multiply it the first. You have to rationalize that equation also. In this way, you also can divide it. But in the polynomial case, you is unable to define mostly. So if the polynomial, so what is the steps are for the division? If a polynomial has a more than one term, we use long division method for the same. So I already discussed about you. So you have to use the division method for the divisibility for to check the divisibility, and there is also given the remainder. Remainder is also you will achieve. Okay, in this case. So following what are the steps? Write the polynomial in the descending order. It is the most important term. It is a very important term. Sorry. So without descending order, you will not define the expression. It's just simple expression. Okay. Check the highest power. Obviously, when you are going to make the expression in the descending order, so you are checking the first the highest power. Okay, and then divide the term by the same. Okay. So this is the simple thing. You have to check the highest power first. Okay. If you don't have the highest power and you are dividing the same you are unable to find the remainder or you are unable to find the zero in the remainder case. Okay, so use the answer in the step 2 and as the divisible division symbol. Okay, so you have to follow the first and second point. Now subtract it and bring down the next term. Okay, so this is the further thing. So without an example you can't understand this thing. So repeat step 2 and 4 until you have no more terms to carry down. So I already told you that until you don't achieve the target like zero remainder, so you will not achieve the answer. Okay. So for the answer you have to define the power, order, okay, and expression. What type of expression you have and what are the divisibility factor. So note the final answer and including remainder. I already discussed you about it. You will achieve the remainder. Okay. So will be in the fraction form. That is also the fraction form. X to the power 4 plus 2 maybe. X square plus 2 maybe. X plus 1 maybe. Okay. So you will achieve the term. Okay. And the last fraction just subtract them. So for an example, so this is the visibility term. So you have a polynomial expression. There is a two polynomial expression 2s cube. So as is the notation we already discussed about it. So 2s cube plus 2s square plus 3x plus 9, yeah, divisible by 5s square plus 2s plus 1. So this is a simple term, and you are dividing. But when you are dividing, so it can't be simplified. Okay, why? Because you don't have any terms, related term to divide this expression. Okay, suppose you have a 3x square plus 3 plus 3s plus 1. That is also unable to define the term. Okay, so you have to use the simple terms, which is a divisible uh, divider. Okay, so 3x is cube plus 3x square plus 3s plus 9. How to define that? If you are multiplying the into 2 in the denominator, suppose 10x square plus 4s plus 2, so that is also not defined. How to define that? Because there is a 7 is given. So how you subtract the 7? How you will subtract the 7? And the 9 also. There is a constant is given. Suppose there is a no any sign of the 9, and you have only the 7s cube plus 2s square plus 3s. Okay, plus 0. So that is also not defined. Okay, suppose you have given, because this is the odd term. Okay, these are the odd terms. Okay, we can't define the simple term. So divisible method, so you have to use the divisible method. You will have the remainder, and that remainder you have to include the final answer. Okay, with the remainder. Okay, in the indivisible form. So this is the polynomial part. See the many terms, many many examples, and many more expressions. And thank you.